deliciously. Oh, you're not eating it. Oh, it does my fucking tits in.
Kind of, if you're watching this film to get your rocks off, I think you need to go elsewhere, basically.
Yeah. When's this happening?
Right now. Welcome to Horror Movies with TNA. Today we're talking about Burial Ground from 81.
Tell you what.
Are there any films that you've watched recently?
Metamorphosis, because we both watched that.
Oh, we watched Metamorphosis.
Fucking amazing.
Yes, which is a film about a guy that turns
into a dinosaur.
Spoilers. Turns into a dinosaur, yes.
Fear No Evil. Another mentally great film, I thought.
Yes.
Nuts. I don't think you can describe it, can you?
No, not
On an
really.
island, goes mental. Pranks. Yeah, you probably could describe that.
Which is the Dawn That Dripped Blood, is that? Yeah.
It was gory, but not great.
There was a few gory bits, but as a whole, it wasn't great.
Finally got round to watching Superstition. Not as good as I thought. The beginning kills, amazing. It just dragged on a bit, I thought. And then I watched Thelma, which is not a horror film, but an amazingly good film, I thought. Just a comedy that's great. And you should watch it if you've got any sense. Yeah, it's really good.
I watched Never Let Go. I didn't think it was that great.
Oh.
I also watched Memorial Valley Massacre, which was kind of like a camper Friday the 13th film where the killer was a...
When was this from? Is it from the 80s or 90s?
It was 1988.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
The killer turned out to be a Neolithic caveman.
Fair enough, that's okay.
I thought it was really interesting. I quite enjoyed it.
Was it? Oh, okay, wow.
It was awful overall, but generally there was bits of it that were quite interesting. I also watched Getaway, which was the Nick Frost one. That was okay.
I saw that. That kept cropping up on my timeline of shite, and I went, no. I love Nick Frost. That looked like terribleness.
Yes, it wasn't great. I saw The Gorge, which was okay. Yes, I also watched Blood, Andy Milligan, which I thought was all right. And anything else? And then I also watched Blue Monday.
Oh, is that the Jeff Lieberman?
Yes, I thought it was okay.
Oh.
There's a few that I would recommend, some I would not, so that's it. And actually, in a way, Memorial Valley Massacre, just because it's a caveman who looked like an 18-year-old boy, to be honest, with a big wig on, I'd just watch it because it's quite interesting.
Smash it.
Smash it. That's the films, but we're not here to talk about that today. We're here to talk about...
Burial Ground, a.k.a. Nights of Terror.
Taglines. They craved flesh with a hunger. When the moon turns red, the dead shall rise.
It didn't turn red, did it?
The earth shall tremble, graves shall open. They shall come among the living as messengers of death, and there shall be the nights of terror. Prophecy of the Black Spider, which is actually the message that plays at the end of the film. We'll get to that later on.
Yeah, it doesn't say night, so does it?
Music by Alessio Mancuso.
Okay, cut to the chase with the fucking music.
It's beeps and boops and strangely subterranean-like sounds.
How do I put this? It doesn't match what's happening on screen, really.
No. So, Burial Ground, original title, La Notte del Terror, also known as Night of Terror, Zombie Horror and Zombie Dead. It's an Italian exploitation zombie movie directed by...
Is it Italian? At this point where I was thinking, is it Spanish or something? It is Italian.
I believe it's Italian.
Okay, I'll show my face.
Directed by Andrea Bianchi. I didn't really see a great deal of other things that he directed, to be honest.
Funny that.
And it was, as we've already said, also released under the title of Zombie Free, along with lots of other titles. There's not that many people in it. I'm going to whip through these because I still think they need a bit of credit.
I don't.
There's Karen Well as Janet, Gianluigi Crizzi as Mark. He was in Terror Express.
Okay.
There was Simone Mattioli as James. He was in The Other Hell. And then there's Antonelli Antinari as Leslie, Anna Valente as Catherine, Benito Barbieri as Professor Ayers. He's great in this. Roberto Caporali as George. And then we've got Claudio Zucche as Nicholas, who's the butler. He was actually in a few films, so I'm going to go through these.
Right.
Inglourious Basterds from, say, 78, the original. Original. Star Crash, great film. We've also got Lady Hawk, Jewel of the Nile, Godfather Part 3, Giallo in Venice, which we're going to come back to in a minute because somebody else was in that film. Yeah. And Gangs of New York. So Claudio Zucche has been in quite a few films. We have also Pietro Barsoccini as Michael, credited as Peter Bart. So this is the 25-year-old.
Oh, he is 25, right.
He was cast as the young boy, Michael, to circumvent Italian laws restricting the use of children in scenes featuring sexual and violent contact. Peter Bark was a supremely creepy and unnerving Italian midget thespian who bore an uncanny resemblance to the diminutive Dario Argento.
He just looked fuck all like Dario Argento.
Mama. He was born, reportedly, in 1955. Peter achieved his greatest enduring schlock cinema cult popularity with his unforgettable, freakily and disturbing portrayal of Michael, a bratty, annoying and unhinged little boy who had an unhealthy, Oedipal and incestuous relationship with his overly doting mother.
Yeah,
in
wrong.
The deliciously...
What?
I mean, they're probably doing our review for us.
Get
in the deliciously cheesy Italian zombie splatter cult classic Burial Ground.
Who said deliciously? Because they can go and get fucked. Oh, just my fucking titsy.
Mariangela Giordano as Evelyn, who was in...
Oh, she was in Giallo in Venice.
Yeah, she was in Giallo in Venice.
Patrick
which is
2, isn't she?
She was in Patrick Still Lives, or Patrick 2, which again is a problematic film. She was also in The Sect as well.
I think the beginning bit is like a tagged on bit. You know, remember Zombie Flesh Eaters? And some cuts of it didn't have the bit that goes, the boat can go now. In the UK, they cut all of that prefix out of Zombie Flesh Eaters.
So you're thinking this is similar in the bit where he's digging around in the crypt?
Yeah, because it's not a very long film. It's about an hour and 20 minutes anyway. But he goes, it can't be. It's incredible.
I'm the only one who knows the secret. It's incredible. It's incredible. Yet it's true. It must be. He doesn't explain anything.
No. So you see him sitting there with his long beard, and he goes to the digs. So he goes underground, and for some reason, he's chipping away at this wall. Suddenly, a zombie, or someone with a big skeleton face, comes out.
The undead.
The undead. Ovs. No, stand back. I'm your friend.
Yes,
Which I was crying out and goes, no, stand back. I'm your friend. Well, that'll stop the twat. Jesus Christ.
He's trying to make friends with him.
And then he gets chomped. And then it cuts. And then it goes into the film with some funky music.
I mean, Professor Ayers, by clattering away at the wall, essentially has unleashed an evil curse. That's what we're led to believe. And that's why the zombies have arisen. You don't really need to know much more about the storyline because there is no storyline.
Anyway.
So we've got 3 couples and a child that arrive. We've got Mark and Janet and James and Leslie. And then we've got George Michael and Evelyn, which made me laugh all the way through the film. So the 3 couples
go to the room, and the next thing you know, well, generally it's sex scenes all round.
It's really unsexy scenes.
Yeah, it's a bit weird, isn't it? But I thought, oh, there's going to be sex scene team, and then there's a sex scene here, and then there's a sex scene here, and then Michael turns up to witness the sex scene. Great.
I mean, the voice tracks or the dubbing is phenomenal
throughout.
Yeah.
By the way, it's a shit film, but the dubbing does not help.
I think,
but it makes it good in a shitty way.
The dubbing majorly helps save this film.
And it definitely does feel like the dubber is looking at the film, but has other things on their mind.
Yeah, they're distracted.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we've got George Michael, Evelyn, Mark, Janet, and unsexy James and Leslie, as I put it.
I thought they were all sexy.
Cheek-to-cheek lovemaking.
Well, yeah, true. I mean, God, it's crap.
Nicholas the butler greets them and tells them that the professor is at the dig. Although we know he's already been chomped, but, you know, he tells them anyway.
But they're my friends!
They're cool. Yes, I know. That's how your friends treat you. Oh, first meme of the film. Yeah, so Evelyn looks in on her son sleeping peacefully. Michael, eyes wide with childish charm. Anybody who knows anything about this film will have seen lots of memes of Michael in bed with his eyes staring. There's a really great sound effect as well, like a kind of... Yeah, George and Evelyn at one point are having sex and then the door is thrown open and there's a shadow cast.
Fucking hell!
And it takes so long. And it gives the viewer almost enough time to realise it can't possibly be a zombie because they're still underground or making their way out. So you realise it can't be a zombie. And it is Michael. Mama. Because he seems to have a problem with Evelyn getting it on with George. So,
out of all this film, the most worrying bit is him and his mama.
Yes, his relationship with his.
But
mum,
having said that, it's not. We'll probably go on about it, but it's not that. Well, it is wrong, obviously, but it's not. It's not made that wrong. I just think the director went, "I tell you what, why don't we just do this?" And everyone went, "Okay."
I mean, the thing is as well, Evelyn jumps out of bed and she grabs her dressing gown to cover herself and then...
drops it beyond the boobies.
Yes, and then when the camera turns back to her, she's completely naked. So I'm going to try, and we should try and avoid saying it makes no sense. We need to avoid that because we'll be saying that through.
No. This is one. A lot of people slag it off. And we will as well. They always go, the zombies seem more intelligent than the people in it. And yeah. If you get
that
with
probably
that,
sums it up.
yeah, I know. Look, it's strange.
I put as well at this bit. She jumps up and covers her tits, and then she shows him them. Mark and Janet. Janet is already scared. The zombies are on the move.
Yes. There's a lot of cutting back to zombies just getting up at the catacomb or digs or whatever, or at the ground, or just moving around. There is generally in the film a lot of them doing stuff at the beginning with no actual connection.
Yeah, there's no tension at all. They're gathering their forces, and it just shows a lot of clips of them slowly trudging.
Yeah, there's no. When you cross cut, you think, okay, they're there, zombies are there, about to do something to these people that I'm going to cut to. Nope.
Yeah, you almost feel like they're out for a Sunday stroll in some cases.
It's two different films. Generally, it's like going, I'm going to show you what these are doing, and I'll show you what these are doing. There's no connection.
But eventually they will, we assume, meet.
Do they ever?
An hour later. Dirty plasticine faces. I will say, I thought the zombies in the dark and shadowy areas look really good.
Yeah, the eye bits on some of them.
When their eyes are peeking through, I love them.
Yeah.
Next morning, they discuss what the professor was studying. Magic that was practiced by the ancient Etruscans. Survival of the dead. And then Mark and Janet go for a walk around the lake.
Right. He's a professor.
Heirs.
He's not talking about fucking magic then, is he, you fucking idiot?
He's a professor.
Of magic?
Of magic?
No, there's no such pissing thing.
Mark is taking some truly shit photos of Janet when she falls. He says things like, that's it, hold it there. And then she falls when Mark's taking photos of Janet and he says, I deserve a raise in pay. You're getting a raise from me, but it has nothing to do with money. Sexy little interchanges like that.
On about his penis.
Yes, he's on about his erect penis.
I've always been terrified of the dead. Yeah, we all fucking are. The fuck are you talking about?
Lights are flashing. Hey, what's going on here? The butler.
Oh, this is fucking nuts. What the fuck is this bit?
His acting is insane.
I mean, he goes back to this as well and goes, oh, earlier on, we noticed the bulbs are fucking... Jesus wept. Oh.
I literally wrote, I could do better.
Yeah.
Which says an incredible...
And the dubbing, hey, what's going on here?
Yeah.
What's going on here? So like, the lights are switching on and off and a couple of bulbs explode. And he goes, hey, what's going on here? And I tell you what, throughout the film I thought, hey, what's going on here? That is generally the gist. There's a lot of watching of stuff happening slowly. Hey, there's zombies there. That's not great.
Mark and Janet are making out, one of our couples. Again, very unsexily. And there's a very slow sequence of a zombie rising out of the ground.
Fucking Christ!
It's a direct copy of Flesh Eaters as
I know,
well,
but
in
not
the graveyard.
this slow. It's 3 minutes of him slowly getting out the turf of the ground. And they don't notice it.
So you've got Sexy Time on the left, zombie on the right, but you've got very little tension in the middle. But eventually the zombie grabs hold of Mark's leg. Zombie attack. Very slow, very boring. And then, zombie pops up and there's loads of long shots of zombies approaching the mansion. There was one quite funny one at that point where a zombie pops up from behind some hedges. You may not have noticed it, but he kind of like pops up at normal speed, which is very funny compared to the incredibly slow movement of all the other zombies.
It's random. Some of them, we'll talk about it later, can throw daggers and all
some of
kinds
them are ninjas. Some of them are barely able to walk.
You know, normally zombies just wander around and push into things.
Well, depending on...
Not these fuckers.
Depending on which franchise of zombies we talk
Well, this
about.
franchise is inconsistent.
Some of these zombies are zombie flesh eaters, and some of these zombies are Nightmare City.
So there's a lot of zombies wandering around at this point, and the music goes fucking mental with this.
Oh, it's warbling and throbbing, and it's amazing.
Well, in its own right, I don't mind it. In this film, it's fucking inappropriate, I guess.
Inappropriate?
Well, not right. Okay. No, it's shit. There we go. I'm not going to even explain it.
It's misplaced.
It doesn't fucking work. They're walking like... There's a lot of scenes of zombies wandering for ages, really slowly. And you can't go overlay that with...
This should have
Doesn't
been...
work.
You know what this should have been? It should have been...
Better?
No. Listen to this. George, Michael and Evelyn... George, Michael and Evelyn are discussing a rag that smells like death. Like I said, this rag smells like death.
No.
Mama, this rag smells like death.
What?
A zombie turns up. It's the best zombie because it's the one with the staring eye.
It's the one where it's looking to Wednesday while he's walking in Monday.
And again, I did think it was reminiscent of Nightmare City with the zombies with staring eyes.
The zombie makeup in this is better, even though Nightmare City is a better, faster-paced film by a fucking mile.
I think the slow-moving zombies, other directors have been able to add far more tension to slow-moving zombies. This is almost, it exaggerates how slow-moving the zombies are. Anyway, the zombies descend on George, Evelyn and Michael. And actually, George starts shooting the zombies. That's not that interesting.
No.
Eventually, George is pulled to bits. Loads of red guts.
On his red jumper.
But yeah, lots of gruesome guts. which...
It's inconsequential. It's, to be honest, if you want... When you go, oh, it's really... Is it gory? Yeah. In the uncut version, really gory. But in a way, not great gore. It's like... It's generally zombies for ages again. Pulling bits out of a stomach and eating it for a long time. And you go, yeah, that's not... the way horror works, though. I'm not scared of someone just dragging guts out.
That bit works purely for gore hounds to just... If they want horror, tension,
I don't even think it's gore hounds, though, is it?
Well, it is, because it's a bit of gore. And it's the same way people love zombie flesh eaters, because there's bits of scenes
but it works in zombie flesh eaters, though, because it's a little bit... and then it's gory, so there's a bit of tension.
This is drawn out.
Yeah, it goes on too... Generally, everything goes on too long, even though the film was very short. And it feels like I'm slagging it off, and apologies to everyone that loves the film, because in a way, I think I do as well.
Yes. James and Leslie now. I've put these on the most unsexy couple in cinema history. James and Leslie are hugging each other. A zombie rises... and James says, it's some kind of joke. But no, it isn't, James. Out of what appears to be a trough in the garden, a zombie rises. James and Leslie run from the approaching zombie. She stumbles and falls, which really heightens the tension. Then we go to Mark and Janet. Janet gets her leg caught in a bear trap.
Why is there a bear trap in a country garden?
on a mansion ground, so I don't really
it doesn't
understand
make a lot of sense. And also, she's slightly bruised. But fuck me! I don't know whether it's a dubbing.
She
never stops fucking moaning about it.
From this point onwards, you as the viewer must endure Janet's moaning for the next hour.
Having said that, there is some repetition, literally repetition in the dubbing, I've noticed. If you're watching the English version, there's a bit where it goes, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay? But there's a few bits where you just realise they're just repeating and cycling it back.
Recycling? Which I like.
Just repeat it. No one's watching this shit anyway.
My foot is caught in a trap. Oh, Mark, it's killing me. Hold on, darling. Just another example of the fantastic...
That sounds all right.
Yeah. Zombies arrive en masse, but thankfully so do James and Leslie to help out Mark and Janet. And they proceed to bash the zombies' heads in with rocks.
Yeah, that's the only bit where everything slows... Well, it's already slow. But then they do slow-mo onto... And to be honest, it's quite a good effect. It's eggshells.
Well, the noise, the squelchy noise that accompanies it is quite good.
But yeah, it's sort of right. I'm thinking of my young teenage self watching this as a horror fiend, going, "Oh, is this gory?" And then seeing that, I'd probably go, "Oh, that's quite good." They're not just shooting his head; they're smashing it fucker in.
Yeah, bashing him in.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Michael and Evelyn are cornered.
They're not.
Mama, we can set it on fire. So Evelyn throws green paint over the zombie who's approaching, and then throws a match on the zombie, and he goes up.
The first one looks fucking dangerous because she even jumps back. The second one, it cuts. So maybe she went, I'm not doing that fucker again.
They go up. That old green paint. Nicholas, the butler. Oh, and Kathleen, the maid.
Well, Kathleen, the maid's fucking hell, she doesn't deserve what she fucking gets.
Yeah, so we've got Nicholas, the butler, Kathleen, the maid, Mark, Janet, James, Leslie, no George, Michael and Evelyn back in the mansion. And they barricade themselves in, where they spend pretty much the rest of the film. They race in with the zombies banging at the door.
So, it's all kicking off. It's madness. We've got loads of horrible zombies wandering out outside. And yet the maid goes,
yeah, would you like a cup of tea?
She's got a tray. Going, we're like, fuck that.
Barricade the fucking doors with your tray. That, you see, she's a professional and I like that.
Like Betty and Doyle.
Zombie with the big eye is back again.
Zombie
as well.
with a bigger. Zombie with a bigger. Zombie with a bigger.
I think the zombie with the big eye thinks he's the leader, but I don't know how the hierarchy works in the zombie army. Kathleen the maid notices a window open and she leans out. As she goes to
this
close
is
the
bullshit,
shutter,
isn't it?
a hand is nailed to the frame.
Well, yeah, a zombie throws a nail or a dagger. We're not quite sure. Anyway, she's got a hand out.
Shuriken.
I don't know whether he could or not. But the point is, she throws it and it cuts into her hand, and therefore she needs to stick her hand out, even though she's got another free hand, and goes, "Oh, I could just take that out." I guess
it nails her to the shutter.
Yes.
And then she looks out. A zombie with a scythe cuts her head off very slowly.
God, I tell you what, it's quite funny. I mean, good. Her neck must be like butter, because you can very slowly pull it down and chop her cheeky chops off.
So it slowly chops her head off. The head falls down to all the zombies waiting below the balcony. And then her body is... Well,
Later
James...
on.
Yeah, James finds her leaning out the window. James says, "Kathleen," as he kicks the rest of the body out.
Yeah.
We see the zombies all tooled up now with scythes and spades and pitchforks and all sorts of things. They are, as you've said, they seem more intelligent than the
They're
people
not,
in the
but
mansion.
yeah, but...
They start hacking and smashing the doors. We see James now with his shotgun, and there's lots of zombie headshots, which is for people who like that kind of thing. That's quite good. And then we see a zombie. We realise there's a zombie who can actually start climbing up the outside of the mansion. So we've got another zombie. We've had a ninja zombie, and then we've had a parkour zombie. The very resourceful zombies start climbing. Janet's bear-trapped ankle has swelled up, so Leslie goes in search of bandages. Leslie gets grabbed by the hair in a scene very reminiscent of zombie flesh eaters. So Leslie is walking down the corridor and zombie
One fine day.
Walking down the corridor one fine day, gets grabbed by a zombie and dragged through a window, but the scene doesn't really go anywhere.
It doesn't work. At first it seems to, because she pulls him, you go, oh, and you immediately, anyone who's seen zombie flesh knows, or zombie, knows that it's an absolute rip-off. And in the way it's filmed is scene for scene, frame for frame, massive rip-off. But it seems to like cut it early and...
It kind of cuts her face and then that's it.
Yeah. There's a bit where it goes near her eye and then scrapes her face and then that's it. It's a
bit disappointing, isn't it?
It is weirdly...
anticlimactic.
Yes, that's it, yeah. He knew exactly what he wanted to do and then he went, I can't be arsed.
Zombies continue to hack away at the door.
Is this the knocking that goes on for about 10 minutes? It fucked me. I had to turn the volume down on this bit because it just kept knocking and knocking while they stand there and look at where the curtains are for about... It seemed like 2 days, but I think it was about 5 or 6 minutes. Just knocking.
Yeah, so the couples have barricaded themselves in, and outside the zombies continue to batter away at the doors with the trowels and the axes and
yes,
the
it goes on for a while.
Ooh.
There's a lot of watching zombies do stuff rather than reacting, I feel.
The mansion's been breached.
Eventually.
One eye arrives. Janet is cornered, but Mark and James rescue them. Evelyn chops or hacks some zombie's hand off.
Bit more head smashing again.
A zombie attacks Michael. He says, "Mama!" She clumsily whacks the zombie's head off. So there you go. We're about an hour in, by the way. About 56 minutes in, we get the scene with Michael and his mum. This incestuous relationship, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, he makes a move on his own mum, and his mum is not immediately that bothered. And there we go.
Michael is chomped by Leslie next. And she ends up eating his arm. We don't really see any of that.
No.
Evelyn comes upon Michael with Leslie chewing on his arm. Understandably, she's very upset and she strangles Leslie and fucks her right up.
She doesn't strangle it. She
kind of grabs her.
Smacks her on the head of the bathtub until pink milkshake comes out of her head for some reason.
I didn't really understand that. So
well,
Evelyn,
I guess it's not very good.
She's annoyed.
Yes. This is the bit where I probably lost the will. There's a good 10 minutes where they run outside, then run in somewhere, and then run outside. And then
there's a lot of scenes that are a little bit boring where
padded.
Then the remaining group are running away from the zombies and finding different places to hide.
Skip
to
the end.
Boring. It's a little bit boring.
Skip to what happens at the end, I reckon.
Although I did like when James finds Leslie and he says, "Why? Why?" More drawn-out shots of zombies, hordes descending upon the mansion, zombies breaking, and actually the zombie professor appears now, Ayres. And quite gory, actually, this bit. But that's Professor Ayres, I suppose. He's a zombie too now. So he bites on the butler anyway. Next day, Mark, Evelyn, Janet and James, which are basically our remaining survivors, escape to a monastery.
This is bollocks.
Well, they ring the bell to go inside, and then they go inside, and there's a boring scene where James traipses around the monastery. It's pretty obvious that the monks are already zombies.
And there's meant to be some tension. They're all sitting down around a big table. There's about 10 of them, and they're all looking down. Then he goes, "I'm sorry to be a knobhead, but how are you getting on, cheeky chops?" And they all move their heads up, and guess what? They're fucking zombies, ain't they?
Zombies.
Having said that, their zombie makeup is not as good as the earlier one, but then I'm going to go with this. Maybe they're recent zombies. I'm letting off Cheeky Chops, Andrea
Botticelli.
That's harsh. You can't say that. Well, I don't know where. It's not Botticelli, is it? Your penis. The director. So it makes.
I'm letting off the director.
It vaguely makes sense. Having said that, there is no tension, and even when he goes, "Oh no," he seems to not want to run off. He gets put on the table and then slowly chomped. A bit like Zombie Flesh Eaters again. I think we're trying to replicate that really good scene in Zombie Flesh Eaters where there's a woman on the table and they come in and see that she's been eaten.
I said James has been awful throughout, but I thought his acting on this bit wasn't as bad, so I suspect they actually did eat him. Because I thought his acting was not as bad as it's been. Mark, Evelyn and Janet, for some reason, injured as well, all go to James to see what's going on.
I thought they were going to run off. They would go, "Oh, what's that noise?"
Yeah,
we'll run towards it.
Yeah. Let's go and see what's going on.
But then they run towards it and then fuck off.
And then they go, "Oh, they're zombies." And then they run off. Fuck on!
To be honest, in the film, it did make me laugh again because they were all like eating the bloke. They look up and go, "Oh." And then the director must have gone, "And now go out the door." So they went, "Oh, I've got a leg in my hand. Oh, yeah, shit. Yes, I'll now wander out." You never see him again. That's it. That's the fucking end of that shit.
The monks, the monkeys.
Yep. No, you don't see the monks. And that would have been quite good because, Night of the Seagulls, Tombs of the Blind Dead, all that shit.
It could have been a crossover.
I tell you what, good films. I'm not saying this isn't.
Mark, Evelyn and Janet all go to another location where they lock themselves in and push some incredibly flimsy lightweight things up against the door to stop the zombies getting in.
It's a good location there. So they go up this stairwell that you can then see something else.
Yeah, it's not
and
bad
that's
setting.
where they meet another zombie and Michael.
Did you see how impressive Mark's fight was with the zombie as well at the top of the stairs?
He seemed to have got a chair leg and hitting him on every other shoulder.
Yep, but very restrained as well.
Well, no, because it's a human being. He doesn't want to actually hurt someone. This is real life, mate. It's not. There's no zombies in real life. Come on.
No, Michael Zombie. Then Michael the zombie turns up as well. You remember Michael from earlier?
Yes,
the old man playing a young boy.
Yes.
He runs to Mama, Evelyn, and this is where we get the infamous scene again, where he chomps on his mum's tit.
Yeah, I didn't know because I've never. Well, I've seen this film before, but I've seen pictures of it. I didn't know the early bit is she literally does get her breast out, and he does put his mouth to it. There you go, and then it cuts to him ripping a chunk off her bosom. Yeah. And so, there's no good way of saying this, is there?
No, it's not pleasant. I don't.
No. And I guess this is why it's infamous and known, because otherwise there's nothing else really in it.
There's a lot of, I suppose, gore and stuff.
I know, but there's a lot of gore in a lot of films.
Yeah, but this
is it.
Story that runs throughout is the bit that's uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's all an excuse to get to this bit. Goes, how am I going to get to the bit where a mother would show her breast to a zombie child so he could bite it off? Yeah. I don't. And again, I mean,
yeah, it's pretty rough as well. I'm not.
I mean, well, is it rough? I mean, it's shit. It's not. To be honest, it's not grim.
I think the way it's done is, it's just uncomfortable. So anyway, all the zombies arrive and they end it at that point, which is fine because they descend on, I think, Mark.
Oh, that screaming girl! Yeah, Jesus Christ!
Janet's screaming throughout because her ankle's bad.
But there's a big rotary blade. There's a big bandsaw. And I was there going, "Fucking hell, let's do this." So show me the gore. Show me the gore.
But in the same way as well, the fact that they left it with them. And they didn't have to conclude it, and it was just Janet and Mark.
I was fine with that, but why have you got this bandsaw spinning and not a bit of blood happening?
Yeah, it features specifically, but then they do nothing with it, and it just ends with the two remaining survivors at the mercy of the zombies, and that's where Burial Ground ends.
Recite them verbatim.
The earth shall tremble, graves shall open, they shall come among the living as messengers of death, and there shall be the nights of terror. Prophecy of the Black Spider. The end.
It's not that hard to spell nights, is it?
Yeah, there's not that hard to fucking make a better film. Well, they didn't do that, but...
The point is, they don't spell fucking nights right. Having said that, that's the least of the fucking worries. I do agree. I do like a very desperate, horrible ending, and then it just stops.
Bleak ending.
Correct. But I quite like the screaming girl actually getting loads of hands. There was loads of hands.
Yeah, hands.
That was all right. I like that. And he ended that there as well. So I thought that was good.
Listen,
I mean, it did feel that it ended because he had to rather than he needed. It wasn't planned. It didn't feel planned. He went, that'll do.
I think he ran out of ideas.
Yes. Oh, I think he ran out of ideas very early on in about the first 5 or 6 minutes.
Oh!
Yeah.
Burial Ground. Cut. Wow. 14.5 minutes of footage was removed. That's Island of Death levels of shit, isn't it? Let's go through them very quickly. Zombie bites a piece of flesh out of the professor's neck and eats it. 9 seconds. The zombie raises from a dugout and crawls over to Mark and Janet on the ground. 50 seconds. The camera zooms into the maggot-covered zombie face. 3.5 seconds. When George shoots several zombies, the not bloody bullet holes are missing. George also says to Evelyn and Michael that they better get their butts someplace safe. 23 seconds. Shot of a bullet hole. Then George, who puts a bullet in a zombie's body. 6 seconds. Zombies are scrabbling George's guts and eat them. Scrabbling? 2 shots of maggot-covered face of a zombie, plus intercuts to James and Leslie. While Mark is trying to free Janet's leg from the trap, several come closer pretty fast. Missing shots of zombie face after a shot of Mark. 6 seconds, Mark gets choked by a zombie. 10 seconds, worms ooze out of a zombie eye. 3 seconds, Leslie smashes a zombie's head with a stone. Now James smashes a zombie's head with a stone. They're all taking it in turns. Tracking shot of a dead zombie. The group has an encounter with a further zombie. Further zombie? They run like hell. 9 seconds. Shots of a zombie face, plus intercuts to Evelyn and Michael. Extended shots of burning zombies, he drops to the ground. Shots of zombie face, plus intercuts to Evelyn and Michael. Wow. The group has an encounter with a further zombie. They run like hell. Extended shots of the burning zombie. He drops to the ground. 77 seconds. Zombie trying to break up the door. Catherine's head is being chopped off by a zombie with a scythe. The head hits the ground and the zombies literally get their teeth into it. James finds Catherine's beheaded body hanging out of the window. He comes closer to the window and notices some zombies down there eating Catherine's head, so he tosses the body out of the window, but it keeps hanging above the ground because the hands got nailed to the wall. But the zombie can get the body down and start eating, which is going to be presented in several different shots. The zombie pushes Leslie's head to the overhanging piece of broken glass that bore into her head. A zombie runs square to Janet and she rams a needle into the zombie's body several times. James splits the zombie's head with a machete. Evelyn chops off both hands of the zombie hanging at the window. Now a shot of Evelyn chopping off the head of the last zombie in the room. After a shot of screaming Michael, a shot of a blood splattering stump follows. Evelyn finds her dead son Michael in the bathroom, plus zombie Leslie eating Michael's torn off arm. James discovers Michael and Leslie's corpse as being shocked. He keeps moving. 2 shots of a zombie who passes the scenery, plus the shot of the group in the hallway. Nicholas's death has been entirely removed. The zombie professor bites a piece of flesh out of the neck. James and Mark can hear him screaming outside. Another shot of the professor eating Nicholas's guts after the group left the scene. The zombie bites James's neck. Mark, Janet, Evelyn enter the room. They have to witness how James's body gets torn apart and eaten by the zombies. Due to a jump cut, the shot of the remaining group finding a house in the woods is missing. Zombie Michael rips off a piece of flesh of his mum's breast. She screams in agony and presses her hand on the blood-leaking wound. Another shot of Michael eating Evelyn's breast. After the shot of Evelyn's face, another shot of gut-eating zombies. Shots of several eating zombies, another zombie eating Evelyn, then a missing shot of Mark due to continuity reasons. Oh my god. So confusing that 14.5 minutes of footage was removed from the old UK VHS by Apex, but the tape doesn't only lack any violent scenes but also entire blocks of scenes. Fortunately, Vipco released an uncut version with the title The Zombie Dead on VHS and DVD in the UK. Now that is the cut.
And that was all the cuts.
I know. To be honest, I get it. They went, this is not only gory, it's pervy.
Yeah.
Why?
It's wrong,
I'm
isn't it?
surprised that it went, well, just ban it.
Yeah. Apparently this film got banned on the 3rd or 2nd Video Nasties list.
Yeah.
Shall we review it?
Off you go.
I mean, it's good cheesy fun. It doesn't let up really. I mean, it's great that the fact that the zombies appear about 10 minutes in, so you'd think it's exciting stuff.
Well, less than that. They're literally in about 5 minutes because
yeah.
Professor Air gets chomped.
But there's so many scenes that are really drawn, especially the zombies traipsing around. It's problematic in places and plain awful in others. Funny. And not something you should take too seriously. It's good for the wrong reasons and bad for the right ones. There are better zombie films out there. Far better. But if you're a kind of zombie completist, you should seek this one out. But it's not a classic. It just is funny. I gave it 4 out of 10 because I think it's just a good... hour and a half. I don't think you can fault it really, so I'm going with 4.
So I gave it 4 as well, so I jumped straight to my review. It's one of them ones, and you know, sometimes I hate that goes, oh, it's so good, so it's bad, it's good. But it kind of is. The dubbing helps as well, and maybe if you watched it in the original language, it wouldn't be as amusing, but I think it probably would, because it's not very good. Look, the issue is, it is a bit slow, even though it gets into it immediately, which is weird. But it's one of those ones that I think I hate to say it, so bad it's good.
Yeah.
So I've given it 4, but then I put a big arrow. If you like this kind of thing, this should be near your top of your list to watch with a load of mates. So I'm not giving it 8, by the way. But I'm saying is, there's some films that I don't want to watch ever again that I've got a 4. But this I would happily watch with a few mates and a few cans of lager. I don't drink lager.
Booze.
But cans of booze and go, this is great. I know, I can't believe I just said I don't drink cans of lager like a ponce. I drink anything. Fuck it. It is a good, bad film. And you probably see that from everyone. But what I would say is it is gory as well. So, don't be sleepy if you're about to watch it. Because it's not fast-paced.
I think you need a group of people enjoying it for the right reasons.
I heard this was on in America somewhere on a cinema with a load of people. I was going, perfect. And that is our reviews for Burial Ground, a.k.a. Nights of Terror. If you've got any comments or any ideas for any of ones, please get in touch. Otherwise, have a great time. Bye.
Bye.